What up, Dokkaners? I'm sure you guys are eagerly waiting for some sort of news on Global and JP. Both versions are sort of at a standstill. Not really a standstill, but there's just a couple of days that things have sort of died down in terms of momentum. But the good news is things should be ramping up very, very soon. In fact, things could be ramping up as early as tonight. So this is just going to be a brief video to remind you guys of how things are going to be playing out and to let you know about a certain formula that you should generally just kind of remember in the back of your mind whenever it comes to these sorts of situations. So once again, Global and JP both looking for their part 2. Even though Global had their informal part 2 in the form of the Christmas celebration, that was not a true part 2 because it is still a Dokkan Fest. This was like 1B to the Trunks and Vegeta's original 1A. So Global is still waiting for their second half of the celebration, and same thing goes for JP, where is their campaign? So yeah, their campaign started off with the Yamcha celebration, and they have yet to receive any sort of legendary summon. Whether or not it's going to be regular legendary summon or carnival summon, that's basically what we're waiting to find out. So both versions are eagerly waiting to jump into the next chapter. Now, I talked about this before in terms of timing, but the reason why I want to talk about this again is how it plays out. So Global is probably going to be receiving the part 2 around the 11th. The 11th is when the chain battle concludes. The 11th is when the Elder Kai ritual summons also concludes. So later on that night, that should be when the part 2 banner effectively begins for Global. And then looking at JP, there are a few dates that we could possibly see, but I'm more inclined to think it's going to be at the same time. The Elder Kai, if you were to go by the Elder Kai, that would push it back a few more days, which would be kind of uncharacteristic for JP. I feel like a more accurate time is going to be around the 11th going into the 12th. For JST, it might be the 12th going into the 13th, but around that same time. Now, the reason why I also say that is because JP recently just received 5.8.1 on their update, and that basically addresses the issue that a lot of you guys are probably already experiencing on Global, which is the long load times trying to get into the game. Now, it's possible, it's not guaranteed, but it's possible that with this update 5.8.0, Global might also receive that similar update in terms of fixing some bugs, fixing the login problem that basically prevents some people from entering the game or having to wait for too long. So if Global and JP are both going to be getting some sort of an update that fixes the same issue, along with the fact that both could be heading towards a simultaneous release, then there could actually be a joint LR summon coming up, which is what I talked about on a previous video. But the main thing here that I want you guys to be aware of, if you guys don't know, this is basically how the pattern works. This doesn't always happen this way. There are sometimes little variations of this, but this is essentially why people are able to generally give you an estimate for what things are going to be happening. Like, if you know a banner is going to be releasing on the 15th, and then you're doing a live stream, somebody asks you on the 12th, hey, what's going to happen? When are we going to be getting stuff? Then they'll say, oh, we should be getting a Twitter reveal any moment, tonight or tomorrow. It's because this is the standard formula. So if you guys want to just like kind of memorize this, it didn't spell download right. Okay, well, ignore that part. But this is basically how it works. So day 1, Twitter reveal. Day 2, data download. Day 3, banner release. So for example, if the 11th is going to be when the banner comes out, right? Then that means December 10th is going to be when the data download happens. December 9th is going to be when the Twitter reveal takes place. So today is the 8th of December right here where I live. So in about maybe 10, 11 hours from me posting this video, it's going to become the 9th. And around that time, we could potentially see some sort of a Twitter reveal, either on the Global version or the JP version. At this point, anything is really what we're looking for, right? Both versions of the game are equally kind of just at a standstill. We want to know what's coming up. So we should be finding something tonight or tomorrow. Sometimes they could have the data download and the Twitter reveal happen at the same time. It has happened in the past where some things get jumbled up, but I don't think it's ever happened where the data download happens before the Twitter. Actually, no, maybe that's happened too. So yeah, these two steps are sometimes intermittently exchanged or compressed or whatever. But this is generally how things play out. So I'm hoping that we'll have some good news tonight. If we don't, then there'll definitely be something tomorrow. Well, not definitely, but there will most likely be something tomorrow. And then we will start to get the ball rolling on the next chapter of the celebration. Now, if you guys are saving your stones, none of this really matters in terms of summoning, but still having some sort of news in Dokkan is always good. We want to know what's coming up because the more things that are happening in Dokkan, the more engaged we are as a community. And that's ultimately the most important thing, because if you've been saving, then good job, because there's been very little in between banners to tempt you. So that's good. You are able to bide your time and prepare for whatever's coming up later on down the road. And don't forget, the New Year step up is less than a month away, which I will be doing a video for very, very soon. But that's going to be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments, are you excited for whatever part 2 has in store, or do you not care because you are going to be saving your stones regardless? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know how many stones you have in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know when to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and I'll to Dokkan responsibly.